Hi Flosstube, welcome to my little Stitchy world, and I'm here today to, of course, talk about my stitching. I do have some other things to show you. I'll try and run through them really quick because it's quite a stash. I'll show you the best I can because I did a thing and I just wanted to show you. And if you have questions on it, I can go ahead. You can ask below if you do. You know, like, could you give me the name of that chart again? Or if you couldn't see it very well, since I'm going to try and run through them, then go ahead and ask, and I can answer down below. So yeah, it's been a good few weeks, 3 weeks, something like that. But I feel like I have enough to show you. The first week after my video, I just kind of stitched on one thing. It was pretty rough, so I will just let you know really quickly because it was very difficult. Still is, so it's hard to talk about. But if you're not on my Instagram, if you are, you probably know. But the day after my video, I lost Charlie. I did take him in again. His kidneys were failing. He was already going downhill since December. He's having a few more seizures. But he was having so many bladder infections. Being on phenobarbital is kind of rough on the kidneys, but it was doable. But have infections, you get eye infections, bladder infections. His little body just really taking him in the night I did the video. I would have just had to said goodbye then. Apparently he really wasn't in any pain. He was just lying there pretty much lethargic, pretty much done. Just lying there. He just lay his head in my arms, and he's not a cuddler. He didn't even open his eyes. He did for a little bit in the car when I got him to the vet, and I was waiting for them to come get him. But then that exhausted him, and he didn't open his eyes again. Quite frankly, the vet thought he had passed in his sleep by the time they took him back, which was pretty much right away. I mean, they said he's getting looked at immediately. But we tried different medications. He was 15. Most dachshunds can have a few more years, but the fact that he was a senior rescue, there's a point in time when you have to come to peace with the fact that you have to give them this quality of life. Maybe not the best quantity, but I had him for 5.5 years. It wasn't nearly long enough. It never is. But I got to go in, sit in the room, and hold him in my arms. I cried as I said goodbye. They gave me time. And man, I love that. I just love that little guy. I miss him. So, it was hard. 1.5 years, and I've lost 2 fur babies and David. So it's like, okay. It's very difficult. That's where my life is. So the first week, it was a Monday. I went in, and I could care less about stitching. The first day, of course, I just cried right before he went, and I'm just like sobbing in his fur and kissing him 1,000 times. I said, baby, when you wake up, your body's going to be perfect. You're going to see your fur brother, Ivan, that we lost a while back. You're going to see Rico. You're going to see all of them. You're going to see your fur brothers that you never even met. And you're going to know who they are. And you're going to open your eyes. and you're going to see Daddy, and he is going to be so excited to see you. And I was laying in here, and I was just sobbing and crying after it was done, and I had taken him to Heavenly Wings to be cremated. He's back home with us, his body, but his spirit is with Daddy, and he's over the Rainbow Bridge. But I just like, it's a different pain now after losing David. It's just because my heart is so raw that this pain was just, it was almost like I can't go through this again. I could feel myself falling into that dark place because it was just that sorrow. And then all of a sudden, I just saw this vision in my head as clear as day, as clear as I could see outside. And I could see David getting down on one knee. He had his arms out, and he goes, "Charlie, buddy, you're home. Come see Daddy." And that put such a smile on my face. So as hard as it was to lose him, he was really struggling. He'd have those seizures, and after we were done, he was done, I'd hold him and I would just rock him. And so I'm so sorry, baby. So he was just. It was hard to see him like that. And after he was gone, I still held him. I kissed him, and they put him in a box because I take them to Heavenly Wings myself, and I spend time with them again. They usually take him out, put him on a scale that's like a bed, and walk away. And I just, some people are grossed out by that, but they're still my babies. They're my family. So, right, baby? Huh? Right? A couple days later, she started coughing. And coughing and coughing. And I'm just like, oh, you are not getting sick on me. You can forget about it. Don't even think about it. Oh. And she's all good. She probably had fur in her throat. She licks herself constantly. But yeah, before they left, before I left, I leaned him down to the other ones, and I said, I had a feeling that I probably wouldn't come home with him, and I said, do you want to say goodbye to your brother? And Louie, the girls just kind of smelled him and looked at him. Louie literally ran from him and stopped and looked at him like, something's wrong with you. And my heart just sank. Louie was my alert dog. When Charlie would have a seizure on another side where I couldn't see him, I'd hear a thump, but he couldn't see anymore or hear. So he'd hit the wall when he'd turn around or, run into it, not knowing the wall was there. You would think he'd figure it out. But when it was a seizure and it wasn't a bump on the wall, Louie alerted me because they were bonded. So when he ran from Charlie, I knew it was just, I was going to be saying goodbye to him. So, but I did post it on my Instagram, and I had sweet comments, and I appreciate it from everybody. But yeah, so that was tough. So my first week that I stitched, I actually started new pieces. Like the next day on Tuesday, I was like, oh my gosh, I need to start something. I need to start something new. And it was overwhelming. And believe it or not, I did that after I lost David. Sorry, I have fur in my nose now. So I went with the groove and I started something. Other than that, it's all my other whips. The following week, I started back on Magical Stitches and been stitching things. So, yeah. Let's go ahead and jump into it because I'm dog sitting. My son and daughter-in-law have today off, and they took off on their trike, which is a 3-wheel motorcycle. And they went to the coast, the Oregon coast, because it's gorgeous out there. I walked with a friend of mine this morning. We have cottonwood. I have rashes on my legs, and I wore jeans. My nose is, it's not just her fur, but my eyes and my nose. I feel like I got to keep clearing my throat because cottonwood was just blowing on us. And we're sitting there rubbing our noses as we're walking, and it's just like, we wanted to dig our face. I think I got a sunburn. But it felt good to be out though. We're meeting again tomorrow, do it all over again. And then I stopped off at my youngest son's and I took him to lunch and we spent quite a few hours together. And then I came home, and so my son's dog, he really needs to go outside. I probably should have done that first. But they left much later. Like, they literally took him outside, took care of him, fed him, the whole thing, about an hour and a half before I left my son to come here. So he's fine, but I probably need to get him out in about, you know, a half hour or so. So it's already 10 minutes. We should do this, right? Let's do this. I'm just going to share real quick. These are all the ribbons that I've been collecting since before I came back on Flosstube, and since then. I just thought I'd show you. They're really cute. I love this pink one for spring. I think it's more for like, oh my goodness, I'm sorry. More for like weddings maybe, I don't know, but I thought it was too pretty. Yeah, I got this stack a while back. And then one for fall. A lot of these haven't even been open. Some, as I said, I just got. Okay, I started up on color and cotton again because I am really pulling my own floss for a lot of things now. And I am really using a lot of hers. And I get Classic Colorworks, I think I told you, and I got an order and I didn't grab it. It's from Crazy Annie's, I'm getting it. But she is not shipping for June. She sent us all a note. This is my first order back. But she sent us all a note because she's not getting her floss in from DMC to color it. So, you know, that's fine. Then I was at Walmart and I saw these. It's it is what is it? Felt? Not felt. Plaid something. I can't think of the name of it. I'm so tired, guys. Flannel. Oh my goodness, that hurt my brain. It really hurt my brain. But so pretty. I love it. I love these colors. I wish I got the other one. There was not. That kind of looks green, but it's black. My husband's got Scottish. You know, he's McLean. So that was cool. What was I going to say? When I went to go get some fabric, it was just at Walmart. I had a couple gift cards from my sister I'd never used. And so I was just going to grab some fabric from her finishing, some ribbon. And they only had that to choose from. And after I brought it home, I'm like, oh man, I should have grabbed the other one because I think there was only 2 left. And I didn't. And after I got home, I realized how pretty those are. Oh, well. Surely they'll get more in, right? Then I got my next, whatever it is, Snow Village. And I just paid for the next one for June. And then I have one more and I'm done. And then I just paid for Hands-On Designs. Whatever series that is. I can't think of it. And then I have one more after that. And then I will show you what I did. I do have, wait, I have one more chart. I have stuff everywhere. I put this in a baggie because when it came in, the plastic was not that great a shape, but everything inside was perfect. So I don't care. I've been catching up completely on Amy Loves Toads. She was stitching this from here to here. And I've seen this 100 times. Thought it was pretty. Didn't know if it was worth stitching though. I saw hers and oh my gosh, I couldn't stand it. I like bought it immediately. I just got online, bought it. Actually got on eBay. Did not think I was making a 1, 2, 3 stitch order. And then when I went to eBay, I ended up getting it really inexpensive. I think I paid $13 for it, which is really nice because I'm not doing Ada for this. I just ordered a whole bunch of fabric from 123 Stitch a couple days ago, and I got a 28 count white for this. So I will be so excited to start that. I got fabric for a bunch of things. Like I need to start anything else. But yeah. So I did a thing. I have more left. I've been wanting to do this for several years now. I have more because I have more to print off. Yeah, but I already printed these off. But these are my PDF charts. So when I bought a new iPad, look at the fur from the dogs. When I bought a new iPad, I could not get all my charts over from Goodreader to my new, from my old iPad to my new iPad with Goodreader. Couldn't do it. We got a few and that was it. So I still have my old iPad. But it really made me realize that technology isn't always what it's cracked up to be. And so I really need to get on the ball to print these off. So I finally did it. And the cost of the ink on Amazon, the cost of printer paper, which is dirt cheap, it probably cost me enough for 2 charts. And I was able to print all these off. And I put them in bags like what you would get with charts. What? How cool is that? And in the process of printing these off, right, I discovered there was some charts I was ready to buy. Like I needed to do that. And I already own them. So I'll run through. Some of these you've seen because they're whips, but I printed them off so I could have for my records. I will still use the Goodreader app because I can enlarge it. But if anything happens, I still have my charts. So I feel more comfortable about buying PDF now, if I can talk right, than ever, because I will print them off right away. It took me several days and I'm not done. I don't have a lot left, but I have a few. So, but here we go. I'm just going to go real fast. So this is Hands-On Designs. This is a freebie from Snowflower Diary. I didn't print off a lot of freebies, just a few. Hands-On Design, the fall. I already have the other 3 seasons. I just didn't have this one. So I just bought it by itself because they offered it. I think at Stony Creek. Sorry, I just showed you a chart. This is a Halloween one that does not have a picture. What could you do with half a chart, right? Okay. Fall Fairy. Stephanie from Miss Oh So Crafty, I think, stitched that. Luna. Another Barbara Anna. This is a spring. This is really light. This was when my ink was going out on me. I was trying to I was trying to print off the rest of the ink and then I put new cartridge in there. This is a freebie from Bricks Books and I have all 4 seasons in there. That does not have a cover. Can't show you. This is a monthly one going on this year. This is January. I'm all the way up to June. And this is what it looks like because they're a surprise every month. Just go to Creative Poppies and you can see them. I tried doing it in black and white and I wasn't happy. That's why I went over to color. But here is Home. Honeybee. These are all Stitching with the Housewives. USA. I'm not going to bother printing them again. Peep. Hello Spring. I have all of them. I have most of them. I'm going to be working on these soon. The summer ones. Crunch. Here's my Game of Thrones. We all know and love. It doesn't have a cover. It drives me nuts when they don't do that. Mini Bath Time Haid. This was a charity one, I think, for mental illness. Quotes to live by. I really think I got fabric for that. I can't remember. I want to stitch that for me because, hello, Dachshund looks a little bit like my Louie. I have all 4 seasons of this, and I love fall because it's got Dachshunds. It's got a couple other dogs, but I want to turn those into Chihuahuas. And then I have winter. It's the same house, but it has different scenes around it. Here's spring. Spring. Autumn. It's not in any particular order. And summer. And these are Stony Creeks. And then Haunted Mansion. I think I got some fabric for this. I think, because I want to start that. Then these are some freebies. Snowflower Diaries. We all know these. All know them and love them. I want to stitch all those. Here's one I forgot I had. Christmas Branch. I got some fabric for that. And I had this one ready to purchase, but hadn't gotten around to it. I already had it. Which is Kitchen. I've had this one for years. And this one I got fabric for Day of the Dead. It is not my mojo. It's a little too freaky for me, but I am stitching it for my son and daughter-in-law. So I'm going to do that on 25 count, 1/1. All right. So I am getting the hands-on designs because I'm almost done with the other charts. Like I said, I got 2 more of the Snow Village, and then 2 more orders of another hands-on design Christmas one. I can't remember the name, but then I'm getting this with the fabric. Let me enlarge it a little bit. It's a little fuzzy from her picture, but it looks like that. And she is just using DMC, so I'm getting the fabric and then the little needle minder thing that matches it, because I decided I've never gotten one of those that matches a chart. Why not? All right. Yeah, I gotta get going. Poor dog. Then I started this the day after Char passed away, and then I finished it. I was stitching it like a mad woman. This is Come Sail Away. Put the magazine away. But it goes. That was the spring, the daffodil. And this is the summer. They normally stitch it on white, like I did that one. But I had this blue and knew it would be perfect. So I picked a darker blue DMC and then the red that it called for. So I'm just going to fully finish that. Summer is supposed to have started last Saturday. It's the 22nd. Yeah, it's the 22nd. It's Monday the 22nd of June. So I think summer started last week. So I got to get this done. And I will pop that out. It's on a magnet. I'll pop this in there. So there's that. All right. That's what I've done. As far as, you know, whips and, or not whips, sorry. Charts and haul and all that. So now I am going to show you my whips and all the things I've stitched on since you last seen me. See if I can get through this. I don't want to seem like I'm rushing, but I feel like I am. Sorry, I'm going to cough. Allergies, man, driving me crazy. I mean, I feel like the dog's crossing his paws. But I've worked on this. I started this. I don't know, not too long ago. So it has flowers in the grass, but I didn't care for it. So I put birds. And then I goofed here and I forgot a row because there's supposed to be another branch that comes out here. And I went down, I stitched all of this, I stitched the little goose, the bird, got about here, and I decided, oh, I'm going to do the fence, you know, break up the grass because it was just becoming monotonous, right? Started to do that, I'm like, something's not right. Oh, well, I'm going with the flow. Still going to work out, it's just the tree shorter, that's all. It's all okay. That is my spring of this. So I will be replacing that as soon as I get it done. Pretty close. I'll be stitching on that again this week. Then I started working on a Year Hawk Run Hollow because this is such a big piece. I'm trying to make it fit in to some of my tasks that are small, like 100 stitches or 2, so I could just whip it right out and still make a little progress. So most of the border on that is done, and then I broke it up by working inside too. I don't remember if the inside was done last time you saw it. May have been. No, I don't think. Trying to keep everything together. Last time I didn't do that, it was a nightmare. I was putting charts with the wrong fabric. I did work on this for a little bit. I think I just had to put 100 stitches in. This thing's been printed off twice, but you know, I wasn't going to count that because that was my working copy. So here we are. And I need to put, I think, 100 stitches in it this week. 100 or 200 stitches. Work on a whip that you would not want your friend to even stitch on. Or you wouldn't even wish that on your friend. That dragon. I've got 3 of them I've got to stitch. Oh, that dragon. The only thing getting me through it is I can't wait to stitch on the people. I know I'll love it. So just getting through the dragon. Now you've already seen this. I showed you on the chart. This is Black Cat Hollow. And I'm almost done with the top part. Stitch on something that you goofed and you're working through it. You know, I goofed on this side. So I'm off 1 stitch. I was going to try tearing one of these sides out and fudge it. But I found a way to just fudge it as I go. So I just didn't stitch a row here. And I still put this weeping tree on the edge because it wasn't going to touch the house. The next row, I am going to be able to not do a row on the other side because it'll work out. And I found out I can do it with all 3 of them. So I don't have to pull out anything. But I just did the weeping tree. That was so much fun. Like, I wanted to keep going. And I don't know if you can see it on such a dark fabric with my light. But I just love that tree. I had so much fun. This was supposed to be a 28 count because I was getting Fabrics by LJ. 28 count. And I think I've been telling you it's 28 count because it's been a while since I've stitched on it. And when I stitched on it, I think I stitched on it yesterday. No, that's a 32 count. I think he mislabeled it, and I may have said that in some video a long time ago. Now that I've been stitching on 32 count, because I started the Snow Village, the main chart, that's 32, I know for a fact. Yeah, that piece is 32. But it's okay. It's really fun. Okay, let's see. Then I worked on the 4 seasons. I'm doing the fall, which I'm so glad I started the fall because it's taking me so long. Although I'll probably finish it next fall. But here we go. So I was working on the house. I'm going to work on this week because I have to stitch on a tree. And those are all trees in the background. So, I don't know if you can see it. But it's like a forest back there. I hope they accept that. Because it's not like a tree by itself. But it's still trees. And I can't remember. I think I need to do 300 stitches, and that's almost going to finish those trees up. So, yes. We'll have a section done. And I've got 2 more to show you. I'm working on this all this month. This is the monthly one. A monthly challenge. So I'm working on both charts. I'm trying to finish this up. Scary Night Halloween. And then I'm working on this one. I started down here because I needed to find a replacement for the glow in the dark floss. And I finally did. It's a lot brighter. But because of the color of green of this fabric, this is a 28 count from Fabrics by LJ. I'm sure in my other videos I could tell you I'm losing the tags. So I can't remember the names of them. But because of the green of this fabric, yeah, it's like that. I really needed a bright green. And this is a DMC. I think it's Light Effects is what they call it. I don't know. Wow. But it's like stitching with butter. I mean, it's so soft that I almost had to try and tie a knot because it just slid right off my needle. But it was super easy to stitch with compared to that glow in the dark. I think some people, I don't remember if it was Belinda who responded to me. She used to do Flosstube. But somebody responded to me and said, oh, it's not bad. It's easy to work with. Well, you know what? I admire you more than you could possibly imagine because, no, I was getting mad. And I was only like 4 stitches in. So I tried this and oh my goodness, I whipped right through that. So the purple is a hat. It looks like hair. Once I put her face on, you'll get it. And then I will be doing the turkey stitch. Some people call it the fringe stitch, I believe, to give her fluffy red hair, and I can't wait to try that. It's a new stitch I've never done. Watched a couple Flosstube videos. I totally get it. I'm going to get a practice piece and have fun trying it, and I love new stitches. So, but I did finish the moon, and oh my gosh, I am in love with that moon. And there's another partial moon later on that will look like this. I had so much fun with that moon. Oh my goodness. And it was so much easier doing it with the floss I did than the 3 colors it called for. Which was one, I think it was one of these. No. I'm sorry, that wasn't right. It was just DMC. But I could own like multiple strands of this and use it for the moon on every piece. Jack-o'-lantern. So, yeah. Doesn't that make the perfect spooky moon? I love this piece. It's so much fun to stitch on. So, now that I finished the moon, I am going to finish the chart because it's just her. And that's it. I'll be done with that first one. So hopefully I can finish that up this month. That'd be nice. Got one more and I'll be done. Let's see if you can see it because it's on my lap stand. And I just keep it on there. I throw a white cloth over it because I'm starting to stitch with I have all my whips over here, just piled. I don't know where it is. There it is. Oh, don't want my, lose all my whips. The one with the grab. That works for just small areas. But this other one, I like to have on my lap stand. Stitches up nicer. So I've been working on this one. I call it my English garden. And so this one. All right. Here we go. Let's see if you can see it. Still have more. I have a sewing to do. So I have a couple pillows I'd like to do. But I got to make some masks. I have one of those no-sew masks, but it's, you don't sew it up at all. But it's driving me nuts because it seems like every time I take it out of my purse, I have to refold it. So I've got some elastic that just came in the mail. Our state was just a requirement or a suggestion for a mask. But some stores suggest, like Costco, you had to do it. And it was nice to have that when you go into stores. Somebody started coughing. They didn't have a mask on. But man, I just need it. Now, starting Wednesday, it's required in all the stores. I'm just going to sew one because it's kind of annoying to have to keep refolding the handkerchief before going inside the store. So, I already have the fabric. And I have some really pretty fabric too. So while I'm done, I'm hoping to have some, or when I have my, since I don't have my own Stitchy, what do you call it, craft room. I had a Stitchy craft room. I have to pull out my sewing machine. So when I sew that, I'm going to try and sew some pillows. But I have some finishes I want to turn into pillows. But all of this here, oh, I'm really trying to work this. All of this is what I worked on. There's a little frog. I did, that's the fence. Oops, sorry. I knew that would happen. But yeah, I'm coming along. So I will be coming across here, doing all of this, and then moving my whip, and then working on the upper part. But that's it. It's getting there. Slowly but surely. A lot slower than I thought. All those little pieces there that you saw, that's just... Took me 4 hours one night to do most of that. And you can't really watch anything because it's 1/2 and it's a lot of concentration. It's not like a house where you can count, 7, 10, 13 rows of a color and you just stitch it, right? No, it's back and forth. The chart, the whip, the chart, the whip. And you're just like making sure that you get it right. A couple times you end up going backwards because you went the wrong direction. Because it's all back stitch. There's very few pieces on there, motifs that are cross stitch. Very few. Probably maybe a dozen in the entire chart. Maybe. So it's all black back stitch and eyelet stitches, which all the eyelet stitches are done. So all I have left is 98% backstitch and little tiny trees. Well, no, that's not true. All of the colonial knots, which is what they call for. I was doing French knots, but I stopped it. I'm doing beads. So maybe not 97%. There's a lot of beads in there. But there's some areas I may not bead. If it takes away from the design too much, I may not put anything there. So I will feel it out. You know, try a bead, see how I like it in each area, and decide from there. All the flowers that the beads are supposed to be little buds, I will do, but they're supposed to be, I'm not pulling that out again. That was hard. All in here are supposed to be colonial knots that I will bead. So I will check it out and see how I like it. All of this is supposed to have them, which they will, because those are flowers. But there's supposed to be beads all in here and then all throughout. So I will see how it goes. I am nowhere near that yet. I feel like my phone is sliding. Am I sliding? I'm sliding, or my phone is. You're only seeing ahead. I wonder how long that's been going on. For a while. Like I was way down there. Oh well, I really don't have time to redo that again. So yeah, that's everything. I will probably come back. Seems like it's about every 3 weeks. That works well for me. I'll get enough by then to show you with what I'm working on. This last time, of course, was an exception with Char. And my first week, I pretty much just stitched on one thing here and there when I felt like it. I do go out walking with my friend, like I said, but it's in the morning. So, you know, I don't stitch until later afternoon. Since I had a late lunch with my son and I have leftovers, I'm going to take Ghost out potty and give him a lot of grandma loves like he always gets. And then settle his little tushy down. And then I'm going to come in and stitch. So I am stitching on the Dimensions house. Fall house. I think that's the first one that I need to stitch on today. No, yes. Yeah. I stitch on that today. So I will talk to all of you later. It's a Monday, so I hope you guys have a wonderful week coming up. Here it's supposed to be gorgeous. We want to get our walking done tomorrow morning because it's going to be close to 90. I better keep a close eye on my tomato plants. So yeah, I hope you're all staying cool. I hope you guys have some great weather, and I hope you guys are all well and having some great beginning of summertime. And I hope you're getting some stitching in, but make sure you have a really great summertime because it's summer now. I think it was last week. I think it was Saturday. I don't know. I don't have a life, so if not, it had to have happened soon. So yeah, I will see you in a few weeks, guys. Take care. Thanks for watching. Bye.